O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take up to $10,000 off a 2024 Acura during our 16th anniversary sale.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
There's a new sheriff in town at Toyota of Hollywood. Cash in your chips and get a great deal on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not 24,000, 17,975. Giddy up to the bank and get 2.99% financing on our most popular models. So mosey on down to our western town at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Good morning, boys and girls. Yes, sir. Time to rock and roll on a Monday. Yes. Did you survive the weekend? I hope so. Had some weather go on all throughout the country, different parts. Kind of some rough spots for different folks out there. I hope you guys did all right. You know what? I don't have an interview today, at the moment at least, and Sean's not talking at the moment, so I'll take my headphones off and enjoy a little normal ambiance, and I don't have to hear myself. But anyway, welcome aboard. One and all. I am still kind of like getting some stuff on social media for folks to know that we're live, because, you know, people have to be kind of walk through it sometimes because they need it that way. They're kind of lazy. That's it's kind of the thing, part of this world where folks are not necessarily still used to, oh, that's right, YouTube, 10 a.m., you know, that kind of stuff. So we share on social media on many different platforms that we are on, rocking and rolling. All right. Panthers advance. InterMiami wins. Got one late there, but we got it. And what else do we have going on? OTAs are starting for the Dolphins. Bitcoin holding strong around 67. So we're waiting for that. Fury loses. It wasn't a Scheffler. It was a Schaffa. It was a Schaffel, right? Or Schaffelli or whatever. Schaffelli, right? So it wasn't a Scheffler, it was a Schaffelli that was winning. We lose a great. We got a bunch of things to talk about, a little music, entertainment, of course, your questions, your comments, your concerns. We got all kinds of stuff, going on. So, got a good show today for you on a Monday, and plenty of information. And some of it is going to be about common sense, because it seems like a lot of people don't have that common sense. But we'll clean that stuff up here on the show. I see Jamie Zoria out there, number 1 in San Jose on the roll call, and reminding everybody to smash the hell out of that like button. Come on, let's go. 85 are already in and 39 likes. So it's pretty good, actually. 39 is not bad just to start off, but, come on, let's go. Let's bring it up to the 85, man. Let's go. J-Town is in. Epic Series. Yes, it's going to be fun. Panthers and Rangers. Everything Panthers is going to be fun, bro, because this is a team that, the beauty of the Panthers, it's a team that actually can win it all. This isn't flukish. Well, if this, like what we've been with the Heat, that it's been phenomenal, but flukish. They've overachieved. The Panthers aren't overachieving. That's the facts. That's the difference. When you're overachieving, you're hoping everything goes your way, and you need this break and you need that break. Bullshit, dude. With the Panthers, if the Panthers are playing their game, they can beat anybody. They can be the best team in the NHL. Period. End of story. They can score with anybody. They can skate with anybody. They can fight with anybody. They can defend with anybody. Their goaltending is as deep as anybody. Their coaching is impeccable. So I don't know. Where's their weakness? They're deep. They've got stars. It's like, could they lose? Of course. It can happen. But we're not sitting here like hoping this, hoping that. No, we need this guy. No, man, because if Kachuk doesn't do it, it's going to be Barkov. And if it's not Barkov, it's Verhaeghe. And if it's not Verhaeghe, it's going to be Reinhardt. And if it's not Reinhardt, it'll be Bennett. And if not, it'll be Tarasenko. And, you understand what I'm saying, right? Or Lundell, or, or Forsling. Jesus Christ, Forsling. Holy crap, where would this team be without Gus Forsling? Who's like the ultimate crazy glue. He's not glue, he's crazy glue. He's, what's that, ape glue or whatever now, right? Because it's not crazy glue now, right? It's the ape one, whatever it's called.
Gorilla glue.
Gorilla glue. That's it. Gorilla glue. Gus Forsling is the gorilla glue of the Panthers. Okay? We're not sitting here hoping. That's what we were doing with the Heat, because it was flukish. They weren't one of the 2 best teams in the NBA. They ended up there a couple times, but nobody thought that at the beginning of the year, they're one of the 2 favorites. They weren't a favorite. No. But the Panthers, that's a whole different ballgame. They were sitting on top of the NHL standings, not just the Eastern Conference. They were the best team in the NHL for a stretch. So that's the beauty of watching the Panthers. You're watching something that is legit. It's not flukish. It's the real deal, dude. And that's the part that's impressive about the Panthers. And to finish them off on Friday, that was awesome. The aforementioned Lundell picked up a goal and an assist in that game. And then Forsling, of course, with the game winner. Bob had the 22 saves. That was, you got to be just impressed with this Panther team. They don't get phased
by anything. They don't get flustered by anything. They are hungry. They are really good. They're deep. This is fun to watch, man. This is the real deal. And that's the beauty of it all. Let's see. Steve Chapman is in. Well, yeah, I'll go with Celtics and Wolves. Listen, I got to say, I never saw Dallas going this far. I don't have that much respect for Dallas, but now they've earned some of my respect. I got to say, much props to them, dude. Much props to them that they've gotten this far. But I'm going to go with the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves they didn't play a great game yesterday, but they played a tough game. And to come back from that deficit and then win, that shows you some mental toughness from that young group and some of the defensive plays. The play where you got the steal and then you worked it to the 3 and it was like a calm, cool, and collective 3. That was, to me, the signature play of the entire series right there. When I watched that last night and I tweeted that, I go, that's the signature play of the series right there. That's what told you right there, we're better than you. Minnesota, we're better than you, Denver. Okay, yeah, you guys won the title last year, but right now we're better than you. Here. We're just going to steal it from you. We're going to set up a 3, calmly shoot it and nail it, and, that's it. That was kind of like the nail in the coffin at that moment. So, yeah, I'll go Minnesota and the Celtics. And then I'll go Minnesota winning it all. Let's see. Miles Deep out in Vegas. God, I want to go to Vegas. I love going to Vegas. Ocala Joe is in. Crypto Damus and Sean from beautiful Jackal Island. Have a great show. What is Jekyll Island?
It's Cryptodamus.
I don't know.
No, that's what he said. He's calling you Cryptodamus.
Oh, Cryptodamus. Now I got it. I got it. Okay. Cryptodamus. Thank you, sir. And what is Jekyll Island? Is the poor man on some kind of like haunted island or something? Did Ocala Joe take his lovely wife over to a haunted island or something? Jekyll Island?
Apparently, the whale went over to Jekyll Island, which is in Glenn County, Georgia.
Oh, so this is like a fancy whales, of course.
Whales. I mean, come on.
Whales. They're traveling all over. They're all over the place. They're like soccer. They're everywhere.
Yeah, he's probably in a pod. The whales travel together.
Yeah. This is what on the shore? This is on the Georgia, and it's on the shore.
I'm guessing because it's got like a beach area and things like that. Somebody said it's near. In the chat says near Brunswick. Yeah, I don't know where that is either, but
house overlooking the ocean. Yeah, I got it.
It's probably one of those stilt houses that's in the ocean.
Probably, yeah. Whales. I mean, they really get even closer. I'm with you there. Yeah. Well, good morning, Ocala Joe. Let's see what else do we have going on. Steven Gonzalez is in the house. Let's see. Panthers took all 3 in Boston, stuck it to them really good. What do you think about the crap that's going on around Tua rejecting? Oh God, you know what? Let me just get into all of this. Okay. How many of you? I know a lot of people have jobs. Okay. How many of you have ever had a job where you have a contract? Mine currently no longer has a contract. Okay. But I've signed several contracts with national companies, with local companies. I've signed one with a national company in San Francisco. I signed one with a national company in New York. I signed several here in South Florida. So let me ask you, Sean, do you think I accepted the first offer?
I'm going to go with no.
Who the fuck does? I'm sorry. So some media guy got something for, well, the first offer we had to reject. Really, in fact, who the hell over, bids in their first offer? It's like, well, we're going to push them for $55 million. And we want 55 or more. And the team comes and says, hey, here's 65. Oh, all right. Yeah, we'll take it. No. They're probably going to come in with 45 or 50, and you're going to reject it. Are we in late July, early August? Camp started already and Tua's not under contract or something? Or last time I checked, wait a minute, it's June 20, right? Or no, it's May 20. It's not even June 20, not even late July, not even early August. And he's at OTAs today. What did I tell you last week, right? I have not confirmed it yet. I'm still trying to confirm it. It's not easy to confirm, okay? But I don't think he missed anything. I think the whole thing about the OTAs that he missed, the voluntary stuff, it's because he's doing other things with the QB coach. And they probably knew it. And McDaniel's probably saying, yeah, that's better work than what you're doing here with us because we're not really doing any 7-on-7s and we're not doing any 11-on-11s and we're not doing any of that kind of stuff. It's just kind of conditioning and treatment and some classroom work, and it's stuff that you don't really need right now. That's the QB coach stuff. That's probably better stuff for you. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, work on your body. Work on your craft. But let's overreact because that's what sells. And he rejected the first offer. Yeah, everybody rejects the first offer, you morons. And again, it is May 20 now, right? Not June 20, not July 20, not August 20th. Okay, listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and talk to a contract every day. That's lazy bullshit. Okay? Though that's stuff that people that don't have a skill set to do this, that's what they do because they got to lean on something because they're lazy. Okay? It's a boring, tired out subject. What am I going to sit here and talk about how much you got to pay him or not pay him or this, that, or let me create a big deal about voluntary workouts when he's working with a QB coach and working also on his body and all that kind of stuff. And does Tua look like the guy that is, going to be fighting stuff like this? Of course he's at OTAs now because he's a good teammate. He's a great teammate. It's just, let's make shit up because it's the only way. It's boring to tell you that, what we tell you here, facts. We just give you the facts. There'll be times, don't worry about it, dude. There'll be times that I'm going to piss you off and I'm going to tell you shit that nobody else is going to tell you, but they're more factual. And that's cool. But I'm not going to go create a whole big deal about Tua missing voluntary workouts when I know there's other stuff he's also doing. And then the turning down the first contract, everyone that's ever negotiated in their lives. I'm sorry, when you go buy a car, do you just buy the sticker? Is that what you do? I'm sorry. Is that what you do, Sean? You just go buy the fucking sticker and just pay whatever they tell you to pay? And that's it?
Yeah, I just pull up and I sign the paperwork and I walk out. That's all I do. That's it.
But whatever they say, just here. Blank check and all.
Just easier that way. Just easier.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, Tua turned down the initial offer. No shit. Something tells me that's happened in every negotiation in the history of the NFL. I don't know. I just let me go. Let me step out on a limb here. that every quarterback in the history of the NFL that's renegotiated a new contract, I'm just going to say that the agent turned down the first offer. Just going to say it. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Okay? I'm really going to go out on a limb now. This is what we do in the media. This is what we do in the media. And the problem is, remember who I point the finger at a lot. You allow the shit to happen. You're the one gobbling up this misinformation. The beaten generation, reared on a diet of prejudice and misinformation. The beaten generation, the beaten generation. Open your eyes, open your imagination. The shit that goes on, man. Telling you, you guys are lucky you have somebody like me that actually like knows what the hell's going on and knows the way some of these people think, and they're trying to clickbait, man. Manolo Rivera, thank you, sir. Cosa Nostra, Cap for Life. Ray Sosa, great win by Inter. Amazing. Campana was able to take advantage of his opportunity. Ray, that guy easily starts on 15, 20 teams in this league. Easily starts. And we have him off the bench. The only thing with Campana is he's got to learn to stay healthy. That's the only knock ever on Campana. Since he got here, unlike Robbie Robinson, Robbie has proven to be soft, unreliable, inconsistent, and definitely not durable. Well, Campana is all of the opposite. His only knock is that he picks up too many knocks. That's the only knock you could ever say about Leo Campana. That son of a bitch is clutch. He is good. He can play this game at this level, and he can excel at this level. Okay? And he's only coming off the bench because you have established worldwide superstars in front of his ass. But Leo Campana is a badass, dude. All that kid has to do is figure out his body, and he's money, dude. Money. Oscar Rojas is smashing that like button. Thank you, sir. Tyson Fury, I saw it. I thought Fury lost. Close one, but I have no problem with what is his name? Alexander Usyk winning it. Yeah, I have no problem with Usyk winning it, man. Jonathan Dill, Andrew Harris, Kyle Cockrell. Thank you, sir. Big O, can you please tell somehow how these NFL contract negotiations work, talking sense to people? Well, I just did, so I got you there because it's just the funniest thing in the world. Chad is in the house. Giovanni, he's back. Couldn't listen live to you at all, but recorded shows while traveling the last 10 days. Thank you, sir, and smash that like button. 171 watching, 80 on the likes. Let's go. Come on. More than double are watching than the likes. Come on. Give us some love, man. Think about this. You guys get it to 170 right now. Do you know the jolt that gives the platform and sends it out there for more people? So we don't misinform folks out there, man. There's too much misinformation out there. Let's get this is the platform of truth. When it comes to sports, okay? The South Florida sports. If you want the South Florida sports truth, you're going to get it here on all sports right here. So hit that like button, man. So the South Florida sports fan is too misinformed out there by some folks in the media because they're purposely trying to just clickbait you. So hit that like button, please. Carrillo's in the house. Gus 1388. One-Eyed Jack. He's off work. He's doing yard work. That's strong in the heat. You're a stud. Frankie Fresco. Tyson Fury got the beat down he deserves for being cocky. And Frankie, you know, I made that point to a friend of mine over the weekend that, you know, dude, you were talking shit. You had the cigar before the match and all that shit, right? You know, you had your victory cigar when, bro, you don't pull out the Perdomo until the action actually is done. There'll be time to count when the dealing's done. Drago, Cap for Life, Nyborg, Sharon Calderon, which is Jeff in Long Island. Can't wait to receive my blind ass fan alert shirt. It's not the donkey one, LOL. Thanks for everything, Big O and Sean. You got it. You should have it. I think I get them this week because once you guys put the order in, I sent in the first load to print. Unfortunately, the people that first ordered, although I think Jeff, you're one of the first 10. I think so. So you will have a bonus because I'm sticking a bonus in everybody's bag that put in the first 10 orders. We're past 10 orders, thank the Lord. But we're going to put a little bonus in there. But then I had to put out the first load to print. And then those of you that start sending in orders probably in the next week or two, you'll get yours a lot faster probably because we'll have some inventory in at that point because Jeff and others were kind of like the guinea pigs. Okay, what was being purchased first and what you guys like. Obviously, the blind ass fan alert shirts are one of the top ones, and the 305s also. You guys like that one too. We're trying to create a blind ass fan alert hat also, since we have the Big O Show hats and we have the Bitcoin Big O Show hats, and those are also being sold white and black. And remember, the Big O Show hats on the back at the top of the half moon. It'll say BP4E. And for those of you that don't know what that stands for Bill Preston forever. And that's my best friend and obviously was the producer of this show for a couple of years and helped me start this thing. And then obviously the amazing Sean Stanley has taken over. And so in remembrance of Bill, the regular Big O Show hats, not the Bitcoin ones, the regular Big O Show hats will have, in honor of Bill, in the back of the hat, it has the Big O Show logo, and then on the side it'll say daily on YouTube, and then obviously in the back it'll have the stuff honoring Bill. So we'll have that also on the. And by the way, if we have a link on our YouTube page for our merch, please support our platform. It's a great way to support our platform by going to our merch store and checking out. We got a bunch of shirts, man. There's like 15, 20 shirts there, a couple different styles of hats. We're working on a couple of other things. We'll be adding stuff as time goes on. The shirts, you guys asked me for multiple colors. You can get them in 10 different colors. Okay? White, black, red, blue, yellow, orange, aqua, purple, pink. Did I say white? I'm not sure. But anyway, pretty close. But there's 10 colors. So any of the shirts, if you want to get them in a different color, you can get them in a different color. Not a problem, man. All right. So there you go. Mr. Oliveira is in the house. I'm a corporate time-stealing weasel today. Happy to be catching the show live for once. Thank you. Appreciate you. Alex is in. Woodson. Glad Denver lost. Not a fan of Mike Maloney. Gives me Brian Kelly vibes. Horn Dog is in the house. Brian Landis. Gordon Shumway. Ray Varnicus. Ray Sosa. That's right. Stay hydrated. Jeremy says the Knicks have lost their swagger. Heriberto Hernandez is on the Big O train. Thank you, sir. Chad is a Xander fan. That was a great sight to see. All of the disappointment from the Knicks fans. Yeah, they had too many injuries, bro. It's just too many injuries. And then Brunson fractures his hand there at the end. It's just too many injuries, bro. Too many injuries. If they were healthy, they would have won that series, but shit happens. And the bubble year was the year that the Heat really could have surprised somebody, because that was a screwed up year and it was a short season and all that. And Miami had it going. And if it wasn't for the Bam and Dragic injuries, I'm telling you, if Dragon doesn't get injured and Bam, they might have won that year. That was the odd year to kind of have that flukish type thing, man. What a shame. Jay Gelfin, hell of a goal for the win. Yeah, that was great, dude. That was great. Crypto Fins, OG Barry, Gorilla Glue, thank you, sir. Let's see. John Padilla. Big O, do you consider the Indiana run, they are flukish? Yeah, man, because it's kind of worked out where, they ran into the Knicks all injured and stuff. So, yeah, it's fluke. It should end now. You know what? You want to end the flukishness? Beat the Celtics. That's where the flukishness ends. But shit happens where the breaks go your way, and then you're able to ride it all the way to the end. Marlins 2003, very flukish. We had the situation with Cruz and the Giants. We had the situation with Bartman, right? And then you go up against the Yanks, and Josh Beckett plays like he's never pitched before in his freaking life, and everything goes your way, and you're not supposed to beat the Yankees, but your team was the hottest team from May 1st on. Dontrell lands on your lap, and he goes on this magical run up until the playoffs, because he really wasn't a factor in the playoffs, but he was a factor in the regular season. It was one of the great runs of all time. I mean, I still remember the D-Train versus Randy Johnson here, and the buzz, and the place was sold out and all that. It was nuts. And then you get Cabrera. Bro, you fired your manager. You know what I mean? And you brought in, and I don't care what anybody tells me, that old man ain't anything special. It was fun and all that. But he didn't know half the players' names on the freaking roster, whatever. But everything just kind of fell into place that year. You were just the hottest team. You had the Dontrell Magic. You had the Miguel Magic. You had everything going on, all the flukish little things that could possibly happen. Shit happens sometimes, man. And the stars align for you, and certain teams, they're able to put it all together and win it. That's not the big three. That's not the 70s Dolphins. There's nothing flukish about that shit. But the Indiana Pacers right now, there's a level of flukishness to it. The 2003 Marlins, there's a level of flukishness to it. The Heat run under Jimmy Butler, there's a level of flukishness to it. When you're overcoming, and you're on, when you're the underdog, and you're not supposed to be there, that is the definition of flukish. The Celtics, they're not flukish. They're either chokers or not living up to their potential. And that's what happens to them in these situations, that they somehow every series drop a game to a lesser team for no freaking reason whatsoever, because that's kind of who they've been. But there's no doubt that what you see from the Pacers, you've seen from many teams for many years, that just shit goes your way, man. And you technically really weren't the best team in the league, talent-wise, all that. But for whatever reason, the ball rolled your way, the breaks rolled your way, and you took advantage of them. And when you had to make plays, you made some plays. And God bless you. You won. Because you don't win it without making some plays. You're going to have to make some plays on your own. You're just not going to be handed that. So there's some level of it. Yeah, there's flukishness to it, but you've got to also contribute to winning it, of course. You've got to do something. So, yeah. Adam Sadowski. Let's see. Nuggets said Edwards ain't beating us. The team has to, and the Wolves showed and played yesterday. Hell of a game. Reed is far. Yeah, he's grown into a heck of a player, Reed, man. James Vivinetti. Woodson says go Pacers. MM says Big O, I think small ball is gone. Back to the land of the bigs. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Man, the news folks are so hungry for some news. They had to saying Tua may not show up for OTAs. I'm telling you, I have not confirmed it. I'm positive the missing of the voluntary workouts was because it's voluntary and he knew he could do some of the stuff that he's working on his own for himself, which he has been doing every offseason. And there's nothing wrong with it. And now in OTAs, he's back. Shocker. Just Big O fell asleep yesterday at halftime. I can't believe, wow, saw the highlights in the AM. Nice job, Anthony. Brunswick is about 30 miles both of Jacksonville. Okay. Fernando Perez. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin donation there too. Rise Taylor. You can also make a donation through Super Chat. And Rise made a Super Chat. No to a drama when I negotiate on Marketplace. My first offer is always lower than I'm willing to pay, and it gets rejected usually, and we meet in the middle. Big win for Inter in a tight conference. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's amazing, dude. Oh, he rejected the initial offer. Really? Wow. I can't imagine how that happens. That never happens in any negotiation. Ho Yoon, God bless you, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your unwavering support every single week, every single day you're listening, and every week you're donating to the show. Man, thank you so much. I know Sean and I really appreciate that. So very kind of you. Just like Ho Yoon, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And right now, Bitcoin, by the way, holding just under 67,000, 66,835. So pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. We're just waiting for that bounce, baby. Just waiting for that bounce. It's going to happen very soon. By the way, Toyota of Hollywood will be there the second Wednesday of every month. And right now they've got over 2,000 cars or trucks in inventory. They've got over 1,200 new vehicles right now, folks. They've got 2.75 financing, 4 years, $0 down. Get on down to 1841 North State Road 7. It's right there on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. You are going to love it. They are open till midnight, folks. And college grads, you can go to the website, find out all the details. You can get $500 off, folks, okay? And they also have some other stuff that you could be also eligible for, like low interest rates, financing, stuff like that. So please go to the website, go to Toyota of Hollywood and find out more. Military veterans, $500 rebate. Also, military personnel, retirees, and veterans within 2 years of discharge. Household members, by the way, of eligible U.S. military personnel, including Gold Star families, also are eligible for the $500 rebate, $500 rebate. So please get on down there to 1841 North State Road 7, Toyota of Hollywood. They got all kinds of great deals going on. My man Herbie is out there. Man, Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone. I was hanging out with Tony last week. Go check out the Corolla LE, the Camry SE, the RAV4, the XLE. The RAV4, man, has just grown into just an absolutely monstrous vehicle, dude. Really, it is a beautiful vehicle. So go check it out. They've got a selection that is second to none. My daughter just bought a beautiful Corolla, and one of the things that she freaked out about when she went to Toyota of Hollywood, and we went up the elevator to the, I don't know, it was a 5th floor or something, because there's like, I don't know, it's got like 8 or 9 floors, that damn building, and it's loaded with hundreds and 1,000 cars. And, you know, she walked into this one level, and there was like, 100 different Corollas, maybe more. I don't know, all kinds of models and styles and colors. And so she was able to look at the style she wanted, and the model she wanted, and the color she wanted. And, if she wanted the leather seats, or she wanted this or that, okay, well, do I want it in this color with the leather seats, or that color? Do I want it with this sports package with the leather seats? And it's just a really cool thing for any customer to go to a place where the selection is just absolutely ridiculous. So check it out at Toyota of Hollywood. All right. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Why don't we? Because we love talking about Alan Blanco. And those of you now are going to start seeing the custom printing and embroidery that he does with our hats and our shirts. And I've been telling you about his work now for a couple of months. And we've had a couple of our listeners who have businesses call and make some shirts and uniforms. They can do the same thing for you, or hats, or anything that you need for your business. Custom printing and embroidery. Please call Alan Blanco, 3A Graphics, 786-618-1443. Panthers on Friday defeat the Bruins 2-1. They win the series 4-2. Bob had 22 saves. Gus Forsling, of course, with the game winner. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals will be against the New York Rangers, and it will start at Madison Square Garden, where the Panthers love to be, on the road. Rangers, by the way, are favored by a goal and a half, plus 235 there. Over and under is 5.5. Panthers minus 115 on the money line, and the Rangers are minus 105 on the money line. InterMiami defeated DC United on Saturday with a late goal, 1-0 Campana in the extra time, man. That was a beautiful thing. Saturday, they take on Vancouver on the road. They're number 1 in the Eastern Conference, but the tie on Wednesday hurt them because it allowed Cincinnati to catch up a little bit. So Cincinnati now has 30 points, second place in the conference, and Inter is first with 31, okay? New York City's down at 23 in third place. So there's a hell of a gap already from first to third in the Eastern Conference. On the Western side, Real Salt Lake is number 1 with 28 points. So they're 3 points behind InterMiami. And Vancouver, the team you're playing this week, they are in 7th place in the Western Conference with 19 points. InterMiami, the Herons, are unbeaten in their last 7 games. They've won 6 of 7 because, remember, they tied on Wednesday. Pacers defeated the Knicks 130-109. The injured Knicks, just way too many injuries to overcome. Pacers win the series 4-3. T-Wolves over the Nuggets 98-90. T-Wolves outlast the defending champions, man. They win the series 4-3. Tuesday, you'll have the Eastern Conference Finals, Pacers and Celtics at TD Garden, 8 o'clock for that one. Wednesday, 8:30 TNT, Mavs and T-Wolves in that one. Wolves are favored by 4 to start it off in game 1. That's your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Alex Toledo, Big O, how impressive were the Timberwolves, man? Tim Connolly. What's it called? For an old man, that steal also was huge. Okay. That was Conley, that steal I mean, Conley's always been a good player. His controversy has always been kind of his salaries, in a way, but he's a good player, man. Jesse Johnson, good morning, my brother, Big O. You and your family have a blessed week and Monday. Thank you, Jesse. Very kind of you. You too, my friend. Chris Jordan, watching the Knicks lose, Big O, made my Sunday. Yeah, those Knicks fans, bro, they must have been. I mean, the Knicks right now got to be, sick to their stomachs. But in a way, again, it just kind of, it's hard to imagine. This is how I feel about my Dolphins the last 2 years with all the stinking injuries. It's just too many injuries. And in basketball, you don't need a lot of people to overcome, but you can't lose too many stars. You can't lose too many people because it just becomes impossible. Ray says, when it comes to a storyline, there's always going to be an extra drama to it by the media since they know he's polarizing player. And a lot of the media, pay attention. The media members that initially believed that he wasn't a player or still doubt are the ones that are creating the drama mostly. Because they need to try to create the drama, and they've got to hope that he really can't play, so then it proves that they said he couldn't play. Or they need him to get hurt again because, he can't stay healthy, even though last year he stayed healthy because he did what I said, which was get rid of the football, right? No drama, no sensationalism on this show. We'll tell you the drama and the sensationalism. Tyreek's gone next year. Just like I told you last year, Wilkins was gone, right? I'll give you drama, but with facts. That's all. But notice how I'm not the one that's on that whole bandwagon of drama, and they're all wrong usually. And usually I'm sailing by myself. I'm sailing by myself like, yeah, Flo will get fired. Don't worry about it. No, Messi's coming. No, all the international sources say he's going to Barcelona. Okay. Whatever. You go ahead. But, that's all. So, we don't. Scotty Scheffler got arrested. Oh no, he's gonna win now for sure. How many idiots went on that bandwagon? So hey, by the way, are you Scotty Scheffler fan? So how'd you cash in today? Did you cash in a lot of money? Man, good for you, dude. You were so right after that arrest. Oh yeah, he's certainly winning now. No, it's Schauffele, not Scheffler. Schauffele won, not Scheffler. You had the wrong Schauffele, not Scheffler. You were full of shit, and you went with Scheffler because you then followed the other sucker and the other sucker and the other sucker because everybody repeats it, and then they all follow. Party zombies. I can't think for myself. I just follow. Oh, man. I can't wait for the Jets to fail so hard. They will. They're going to fail hard. Big time. Nyborg is also a corporate time stealing weasel. I love how you guys keep the Mandich spirit alive. It's a beautiful thing. John Rouse is in the house. Oh, do you have any pics of you and Bill? Maybe you can put up the pic in your opening monologue when the pics are being shown. We have to make a whole new open for that. Yeah, you know what? I should do something like that. I should include that in there. That's a good one. That one was of athletes or entertainers that I met and all that kind of stuff. So that's why you see Lizzie Hale and God, now I'm brain farting the lead singer now that I'm thinking of, and I can't remember his name, but anyway, so different guys that I or ladies that I've met, and then that's why that was a whole different deal there. Let's see what else. The owner needs to sell the team. How does Pat Riley? That's what goes wrong, huh? The owner needs to sell the team. How to do Pat Riley? That's no, dude. It's Jesse. You're the typical fan. You're not the typical. You're the worst kind of fan, right? Because do I agree with everything the Heat have done the last 10 years? Actually, I don't. And do I point it out? Yeah, I do. But the Arison family and Pat Riley have given us 25 years of just incredible memories. And Pat Riley's B game, because he's made a lot of mistakes, has produced 3 Eastern Conference finals and 2 NBA finals in the last 5 years. Haven't won it, but shit, it's a lot better run than 95% of the teams in the NBA. The ones that are in the 5% are the ones that have won the title in those five years. Outside of that, the Heat has had a better run than most teams in the NBA. Plus, you have go to the arena. You have banners hanging in there. You have great players. You have a great history. Who built that history? Mickey Arison and Pat Riley. Jesse, you are the dregs of our fan base. Like the sewage of our fan base is you, dude. You know what I mean? Bruce Sherman is the guy that needs to get the hell out. He's not trying to win. He can't win. He's broke. Broke billionaire, but no, millionaire, because he's definitely not a billionaire. If he was a billionaire, then he would have money to spend. So I don't understand. Why? Because things aren't going perfect. So now you want to shit on the people that have given you a quarter century of absolutely amazing stuff. They're a great organization, dude. So the second that things don't go too well, you want them to sell the team and get out? Is that what your incoherent statement means? I don't think I'm being too incoherent here. You know what I mean? But then again, you say, I think the Pacers going to win the series. They're going to win the series. I kind of get it now. You're probably not very bright and you don't see what's in front of you. But to want, the Heat to sell, I may not agree with some of the stuff that they've done lately, and maybe they've cut some corners at times, and they've made a lot of bad decisions that I have disagreed with openly. But I'm not going to sit here and want an exceptional owner and family and Pat Riley to step aside when what they've done for 25 plus years has been exceptional. It's been exactly the perfect example for the rest of the teams in town. Finally, we have one in the Panthers that has reached that pinnacle, that point where the Heat are at right now. They're not there where the Heat, but they're on their way. That right now they're running their team the best in town. So to me, any fan that wants Arison and Riley out, I think you're a flat out piece of shit. How about that one? Let's see. I would like a plain shirt with the Big O logo on the left breast. Yes, that's coming. A polo. We are making a dry fit polo. We are doing that. That's what you're talking about, right? Or just a regular dry fit no collar type of shirt. I can do that one too. We can actually do that one. Never thought of that one, but we are doing like a polo dry fit with the logo. We already have it. It's it'll be posted soon. It'll be what's it called? Embroidered. Yeah, we have that coming. So keep checking on the site. We will update that, Steve. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, it is going to be a physical series, Oscar. I'm with you there. Isaiah, the trade for Urbina helped out too. The Urbina trade helped out a little. It wasn't really as big a help as it really trading Adrian Gonzalez for him. In hindsight, you might have still won without Urbina. Actually, if you really look at it, you might have won without him. But yeah, they added a couple things, but it was mostly Dombrowski that built that team. 03 Marlins were great top to bottom, no flukishness. Oh no, there was plenty of flukishness. You don't have that many young players have career years at that moment all at once. You know, you can lie to yourself if you want. You know, so Dontrell Willis was dominant during the regular season, but not good enough to help you out in the postseason. You don't get to the postseason without Dontrell Willis's domination. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think there's flukishness to that, you know, I can't help you, man. Adam says Pacers also beat the Bucks without Giannis, although I think Boston will win that series. I'd take Rick Carlisle over Mazzulla any day. Oh, yeah, Rick Carlisle is one of the top 3 coaches in the league. I love Rick Carlisle. I think he's so underrated. It's ridiculous. Big O, it's crazy how Indiana beat the same 2 teams the Heat beat last year. Well, breaks. Flukishness. Share Bear in the house. Richard Cartwright, good morning, Big O. You are the only true Dolphin reporter because everything you say about the Dolphins has been spot on. I live in the Bahamas. I only go to your YouTube channel. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for noticing. We are way more right than everybody else, pretty much. Writers, bloggers, YouTubers, definitely radio. We smoke everybody on QAM. We run circles around everybody on QAM. Anyway, El Jibaro, Saved by the Bell, Big O. Big O, not sure if you talked about this or will you, but a trash talk like that hit a woman like that and walk away. What kind of person sees a video like that and takes more than a side year to release? Oh, you're talking about the Diddy one? What do you know what happened? Diddy paid them $50,000 to keep the video on the lowdown. So clearly somebody made a copy. And so now it comes to light. Now CNN put it out there. That CNN never said where they got it. And they were not going. And at this point, nobody's going to care about their sources. So nobody's going to legally go after them for that because it is such a viral thing. And Diddy's not going to go after him because now after constantly lying about, oh, I never did anything, here comes the video. And, you know, it's like, you know, everybody knew you were a scumbag. Finally, some audio, some video, something finally came up. There's been some audio clips, but now you have video, and the video don't lie. You know what I'm saying? So there was more to that story. You got you when you guys come up with stuff, you got to make sure you have all the facts. So that's why it was hidden because they paid $50,000 for it. But now with all the heat, now they can, you know, now they can bring it out to light again. So somebody had it stashed and made a copy. And then CNN was able to get a hold of that copy. And then now everybody ends up seeing it. And now Diddy, you know, Everybody sees the scumbag that he is. Listen, Diddy is Harvey Weinstein. Diddy is Putin, Fidel Castro. Diddy is, if it's true, what's her name? Rizzo. Ellen. People of power. There's no color to it. There's no sex to it. There's no age to it. It's a sickness that we have in this world, and it's gone on from the days of the gladiators and the Roman Empire, and it doesn't matter. And you give people power, and they abuse their power. And it doesn't matter if you're in the military, if you're in politics, if you're in music, if you're in movies, if you're in entertainment. Power is a drug, and it's a drug that affects people differently. Some know how to use that power in a positive way to lead and to impress and to, make people better. But unfortunately, there's a ton of people that end up abusing the power that they end up getting. And when they abuse that power, they start doing things that are disgusting. That's all it is. And the wars you see in the Middle East for 1,000 years, it's because no one there has any sympathy for anyone else. And the second they have the edge over somebody, the power, there's no sympathy being held back. They will just go all out. It's disgusting at every level. And it doesn't matter if it's a drunk father that comes home and because he's stronger and can be abusive of his children and his wife or whatever. It doesn't matter if it's Tawny Katane and you're abusive of your husband, because your life is not the same anymore. You're not the actress you were. You're not the pinup model. And so now you want to take it out on your husband, Steve Finley, I believe it was back in the day. And so you became an abusive person. And, this is nothing new that's been going on. And Puff Daddy or Diddy or whatever stupid ass name that scumbag piece of shit is calling himself nowadays, he is no different than a slew of people all around the world right now and in the past and in the future because they abuse power. That's all it is. And it just comes in every shape and every form and every sex and every race and every religion. It does not matter. Terrible disease. Terrible disease. And hopefully Diddy gets what he deserves. Karma is a beautiful thing. Karma is beautiful watching Suge Knight get knocked out by a barber and then end up in jail. And I don't think enough has happened yet to Suge Knight. Enough bad shit has happened. Still, maybe there's still some more stuff to happen to him in jail. Who knows? But karma is a beautiful thing sometimes. And let's hope that karma gets to Diddy one way or another. Something tells me it will. Because something tells me this is a guy that built up a lot of enemies. And so when his moment becomes vulnerable, someone of power will take advantage. So there we go, Adolfo. Let's see. What else do we have? Pipe Man Slim in the house. Mudbone. Pinball Wizard. Cigar Social. Oh, can you remind everyone how useless Tata is? I mean, he is the worst, bro. He is the worst. He is as useless as purple hair. Yeah, he just stands there and does nothing. And he lives off of Messi. He shows me jack shit. It's amazing. It really is. He is as useless as it gets. Lenny Pena, the Diddy apology. Yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah, that was just a joke. Alex Toledo. Nandito. Big O, you hitting up Stick Figure, the band in August. Great band. Where is Stick Figure at? I've got to check them out. I don't know who the hell Stick Figure is, bro. You guys have been hitting me up with some bands I have never heard of. And that's good because you're educating me here. And I get to maybe find some new stuff. So I like that. I know nothing about them, so I have to plead complete ignorance, man. I'm sorry. He need to shake things up philosophically for sure, but want them gone is stupidity at its finest. Of course, bro. I mean, Jesus Christ. I think the thing people don't forget about golf, it's you versus the course. You could be having a hell of a day, but someone can be having a better day. Yeah, and they were doing it. I'm waiting for a big old bong. Wow. I don't know if they do that over at, 3A Graphics. Not sure if they do that, but that would be interesting. If I would come up with a big old bong, would you guys really buy that? Because I would do it just for fun, because that sounds just funny. In fact, I can make a big old bong. I have a connection to make a big old bong now that I think about it. If I talk to my boys at West Pines, maybe they might be able to help me with that. So you guys got to give me Dude 67 clearly wants a big old bong, but we can't make it for just one. So, you guys are going to have to come up with a few commitments here. Joseph, great morning, Big O. Yes, sir. You know what? I'll make a batch of 12 bongs. Okay? This is how we do it. Because this is the way I can get you guys committed to it. Okay? All right? You got to send a down payment, a commitment to it. First I got to see if I can make it. And then if I can make it happen, then I'll tell you, okay, I can make it happen. But first, I need 6 or 8 commitments to make sure that we make the 12. And then then I get the price, and then I'll put a percentage as a deposit. And then if I see that you guys made the deposits, then we make the bongs. So there you go. That would be funny. Big O, it looks like a couple of Ethereum spot ETFs are on the cusp of approval. Nyborg, I got to tell you something. Here's where I was wrong. I thought maybe we would get Ethereums in June or July or something like that, in the earlier part of the year. As I'm gathering information right now, it seems to me like Gensler he's going to fight this shit for a while. And he is, dead set against it. It's just this whole Biden, Yellen, Gensler, all these scumbags are just against crypto. And let me tell you something. I don't know who the hell I'm voting for, but I can tell you this. If Biden vetoes that bill now, the crypto bill that passed through the House and the Senate to allow custody and all that for banks and everything, but these dirty ass Dems, you know, Yellen and Warren and Biden, these people are evil against crypto because they don't want us to have any power. They want to control us with CBDCs and all that bullshit. I can tell you this, there's no shot I'm voting for him. Zero. Okay? Zero. All right? So, I don't know. But still, it's just, this is, we couldn't have been handed like the worst candidates ever, bro. It's just over the years, Trump and Biden and Hillary and oh my God, bro, Jesus Christ. Just terrible, terrible people. Would like to trade with Jonathan. Who says they're trading Jonathan Allen? Where are you getting that stupid shit, bro? Why do you create stuff that there's no truth to it whatsoever? Sam the man, why are you creating something? There's zero truth to Jonathan Allen. Zero. I don't understand. Do you know how many people they have to pay next year? And the quarterback they're about to pay? Like, what are you following some fan that has a site or something, or some blogger or something? Where are you getting this? Because there's no substance to Jonathan Allen. Nothing whatsoever. Fiscally, they have to go down this path, sir. They had to pass up paying all these people. Wow. Big O, did you talk about Poyer saying Josh Allen is the best QB in the league yet? No, I haven't seen it or heard anything about it. So what is there to talk? I haven't seen anything. So anyone who entertains this type of behavior is just as good as him. Nothing to normalize or make sense of. Wrong is wrong. Yep, exactly. A guayabera with an embroidered Big O logo on the left pocket would bring Salma level chicas. Yeah, I doubt that. But nice try, Sam. I like it. Living in the 80s, Willie in Colombia is in the house. Just because it's not popular doesn't mean it's not correct, says Heriberto. A big old bowling shirt. What else do we have? Big O, you had me at bong, says Chad. There you go. Pre-order. Woodson says he'd pre-order. Dude 67 sounds like a plan. Ryan AP says, you start talking bong rips on the show, I'll donate on that. All right. Wow. Maybe you partner with True Leave. Whoa. That's an idea. I like that. We partner up with a dispensary and we create our own bong. I like it. I'm all for it. Okay, we're decriminalizing it. We're making it a level 3 drug and everything. It's about damn time. Alcohol is 1,000 times worse than marijuana. Jesus Christ. Our problems with prescription medicines in this country are way worse than marijuana. Dumb as shit is going after people for a little weed. Vote for the Tiger King as a protest. Big O Strain is next. Okay. That's funny. That's a good one. The bong is my apparatus of choice. You could use the O in the big O and have a B above the O and then the NG under it. Okay. We're gonna need some big old bong designs. Okay, so send them in to bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Big old bong designs. So those of you that can draw, come up with a big old bong design. And we'll even give you a little credit for it and everything if we use your design. Okay? So big old bong design. All right? And if you want to buy it, if you do have the winning design and you want to buy the bong, we'll give you 25% off. How about that? Because you designed it, so you got to get some fat ass break. That way it's 25% more money to go buy some weed to put inside the bong. There you go. That's the way it goes. That's the way we roll. All right. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can also make a Bitcoin donation too, on top of all of that. Nothing wrong with a little Bitcoin donation, folks. All right. Where are we at here? Okay, no, don't need to answer that. Okay. All right. Maybe you could ask Solo D to write your theme song, Bong Song. I like that. You guys are coming up with some shit there, bro. That's funny stuff, man. I mean, a big old bong, that would be freaking hilarious. That actually would be really, really funny. It would be really, really funny. What about a dog toy with the Big O Show logo on it and a shirt with the name of your dogs on it? Frankie, I don't think anybody would give a shit about that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I don't think at 3A Graphics they make toys. So I don't think that'll be the deal. But yeah, and I don't know if anybody cares about my dogs. You know? But I appreciate it because I love the hell out of my dogs. I know I'm a little behind, but I definitely buy a big old bong. Well, wow. Okay. You guys got me completely off kilter here. Holy shit. Whole bunch of you now are responding to the bong stuff. Like, I never saw that coming. You should set up a rewards program. The more somebody contributes, the higher tier, the higher rewards, the gifts. Chad says, Big O, hear me out. It's not us. It's the weed. Speaking of Solo D, did him and Steven D have a falling out? Oh, I have no idea. I don't even know what you're talking about. Have no idea. Wouldn't even know, my man. Partner with Ricky Williams. I believe he's going to start promoting his cannabis brand here in Florida. That would be good. Bro, you guys got 157 likes and 199 are watching. Thank you. That's really impressive. Thank you. Okay? That's really impressive. I mean, wow. You know, normally it's like less than half when I look. So that I appreciate that a lot of you are signing on and you're hitting the like button. I know not everybody does it. I don't know why. I don't really understand it because when I watch on YouTube and I watch somebody I like, I always right away I go on and I hit the like button right away because you know that person's working to provide content, and so if I can visit their sponsors, then I will. If I can hit the like, I will. And if I'm watching, obviously watch time it's the best. It's really what helps the most outside of visiting our sponsors because we survive with our sponsors. Okay. I really don't know how some Inter fans can continue to still defend Tata when he's shown he can't elevate any team to its best when Messi isn't playing. No, it's Tata is terrible, bro. It's just they go by, what happened in Atlanta, and that's it. And it's Messi's choice and all that kind of stuff, This Jonathan Allen trade shit is hilarious. No one credible has said anything about Washington trading him anywhere, let alone the Dolphins. Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from because I know it's not anything credible, A Big O Show golf shirt. Yeah, well, that would be the polo. We're definitely making one of those. And R.I.P. to Jim Otto. Yes, sir. He passed away at the age of 86. Some amazing shit with Jim Otto. When you see his history and some of the stuff that I got to tell you, I had no idea about some of this stuff with Jim Otto. First of all, I didn't know that the dude had 74 surgeries. That's amazing. Okay. Otto was one of only 20 men to play in the AFL during its 10 years of existence. I knew that little stat I knew. But obviously he was a University of Miami guy and then drafted into the AFL in Minneapolis. And then he was abandoned because the team moved. And so then his rights went to the Raiders. They defaulted to the Raiders and he became a Raider for 15 years. And obviously the rest is history, but man, that's pretty amazing shit. Let me give it to you this way. Passed away at 86, originally drafted by a proposed AFL team in Minneapolis, abandoned him when the NFL decided to put a team there. Oh, that's right. That was in the middle of the fighting between the AFL and the NFL. Minnesota was negotiating with the AFL. Then the NFL felt the pressure that the AFL was building. So what happened was the NFL commissioner went and offered Minnesota an NFL franchise, and he abandoned the AFL and went to the NFL and took that. That's what happened, to give you a little behind the scenes as I'm reading this. Otto's rights defaulted to the Raiders. He wore 50 as a rookie, but switched to his trademark 00 and 61. He spent 15 years with the Raiders through 74, a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Otto was named to the NFL's 100th anniversary team and the AFL's all-time team. He entered Canton in 1980 in his first year of eligibility. Otto was one of 20 men to play in the AFL during its 10 years of existence. A Wisconsin native, Otto played college football at the University of Miami. He had 74 surgeries during his career. He eventually had his right leg amputated. Spoke about his football injuries to PBS more than a decade ago. There were so many times that I would walk off the field and my eyes would be crossed. Did you ever have that happen to you? Get hit in the head so hard your eyes were crossed? You sit there. It's strange. It's really strange. Or what about if you had amnesia for 2 days when you looked at your wife and you didn't know who she was? Like, who's this chick? And you couldn't remember. You got hit in the head and you had amnesia. And he lived to 86. He remembers what we now call concussions, what we now call, right, CTE. He was suffering those effects. Rung your bell. Smelling salt. You all right? How many fingers? 2. Get back out on the field. Let's go. That kind of stuff. 74 surgeries. The man lasted to 86 playing a football game that was absolutely brutal in those days. 60s and 70s football. Oh my God. You had very little protection and they played through and after the whistle. Rest in peace, Jim Otto. Wow. Hell of a story, dude. Hell of a story. Please consider a bubbler in addition to a bong. Smaller, handier, easier to ship. It's a nice alternative. I just love mine. I don't even know what the hell that is. I mean, I've heard of a bong. I know what a bong is. I don't know what a bubbler. You guys are high, fancy, smoking dudes out there. I have no idea, bro. I grew up in life with a joint and a bong. That's about it. And what was the other thing? Shotgun. Do they still do that? Do people do shotgun still? That's when you reversed it and then you blew the smoke into somebody else. Do they still do that? That's it, dude. That's where my weed, what's that called? The knowledge goes. Now you guys have added vaping, and then you have, what was that again? A bubbler. What the? A bubbler. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's see. I definitely have TBI from playing sports and from service in the Army. Okay. Jim Otto played in the days of suspension helmets, zero protection. Oh, yeah, no. Are you kidding me? Bubbler is just a small version of a bong with a better filtration system. Okay. All right, guys. Shotguns and hot knives back in the day. What the hell is a hot knife? What does that have to do with smoking weed? I've never heard of anybody smoking weed and hot knives. No COVID stops people sharing. We can smoke together, just smoke your own. The new Solo D is fire. Okay, I have, what's Solo D, new or old? Isn't it just Solo D? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyway, but I appreciate it. Thank you all for chiming in. What else do we have? Let's see. What else? Where are we at? Where's our Bitcoin friend at? 67,333. So Bitcoin trying to make a little move right now, up 0.5%. We'll see if it actually starts riding. Solo D just came out with a Kendrick's remix. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. I got you. By the way, tomorrow, Ira will join us. He normally joins us on Mondays, but today he had a commitment, so we pushed him to tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll have Manny, we'll have what's it called, David Furones, and Ira. So we'll be loaded tomorrow with 3 guys. And good, we'll have Furones because he'll go to OTAs. Not that these guys don't get to see anything. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Big old rolling papers. You guys are a trip, dude. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have big old rolling papers, and I don't think we're gonna have a big old what was it called? The strain. You know. The bong one, I actually might be able to make one. Maybe, you know, I've got to talk to some people and find out. There's a possibility that could, you know, that could come to fruition. I could actually work on something like that because just to make it happen would be funny as hell. Okay? That's all. And by the way, when you guys start getting your hats and your shirts, make sure you give us some social media love wearing the shirts and the hats. Or you can shat on yourself while you have your shirts and your hats. I don't know, whatever. Either way. It's all good. It would all be entertaining. Would you consider glow-in-the-dark big O material aids? Or marital aids? Oh. Okay. There we go. When I get my unemployment check, I'm buying a shirt and a hat, bro. Thank you, Cap for Life. I appreciate that. I appreciate the priorities with the unemployment check. That is strong on your part, by the way. Anyway. What else do we have? Okay. Bitcoin, by the way, still holding a little over 67,000. A friend of mine, I told him a couple months ago, because he finally kind of understands what's going on with our government. And so I told him a while back, I said, I told him about, he knows I'm a big Bitcoin guy. And he's a good friend of mine, really good friend of mine. But he just couldn't get into it. And so finally he goes, hey man, this is crazy. What's going on. I've been trying to explain to him the printing of our money from, George Bush, 6 trillion to Obama, 8 trillion to then Trump, 8 trillion. And now Biden, another easily going to be 7, 8, 9 trillion, whatever. It's going to be like 30 trillion. You put 30 more trillion out there of dollars, then that's really where your inflation is coming from. The thought that you think the next president is going to knock out inflation. No, dude, because they're devaluing our money, right? And so finally he starts looking into Bitcoin. And when you really start looking at Bitcoin, looking into our money, you will then eventually, if you're objective with yourself, you'll start looking into both parties and seeing what a disaster, right? So I was having a conversation with him, and I don't know if some of you know this, but just to give you, I want to give you the vicious cycle that you're in right now. Okay. All right. Do you know who owns the most debt in our country? The Chinese. The Chinese have loaned us $800 billion. So they've loaned us $800 billion. You know what we do with that money? We give Ukraine money to fight Russia. Do you know what we do at the end of every month? We pay China interest on the $800 billion that they have loaned us. Do you know what then China does with the money we give them? They give it to Russia to fight the war against Ukraine. My friend's freaking out. I'm going, yeah, bro, this is, you don't get it, bro. Like, this is like the worst. Like, okay, Russia's our enemies, right? Do you know who is the number one purchaser of uranium from the Russians? The Americans. You know what you need uranium for? To run your nuclear power plants. Over $1 billion bought of uranium last year by the Americans. But we're going to have sanctions on them and tariffs on this one and all that. And then meanwhile, we have this business with all of them. We're now tariffs on China's electric cars, which they're better than ours and cheaper. So now we can't buy cheaper cars because that's capitalism. Now we have to buy more expensive American cars because they put the tariffs, and the tariffs are just evil on us. Biden's trying to tell you they're protecting us. It's like there's this whole thing, like, it's just protect yourselves. I keep telling you, it's an effed up world, man. They tell you one thing and they're doing something completely, Jamie Dimon's telling you how terrible Bitcoin is. Meanwhile, he is one of the biggest buyers of Bitcoin and investors in ETFs and all that. It's just like, this is the most effed up world that we live in. And if you don't follow what really is going on, you just stand there and it's a screwed up situation, man. So my buddy now is like, he's like reading up and really understanding what's really going on. It's like, damn, dude, I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't know it was all screwed up. Yeah, it is. It is. Some big old sneakers. I doubt anybody will buy those. Plus, my sneakers, you're gonna end up like what's this? What Fat Boy over in New Orleans? What's his name? What's a Fat Boy's name in New Orleans there, Sean? Damn it. Anyway, remember how his shoe exploded? That's my luck. Isn't one of the ball boys, isn't one of his feet permanently fucked up because of his own shoes?
Zion Williamson.
That's it, Zion. All right. That Stephen, that would be my luck. I come up with a big old shoe and, my foot explodes. Your foot explodes. And then you're just suing me. That's my luck. So no, there'll be no big old shoes. No. No, we're not doing that, bro. By the way, we're at 197 watching and 176 on the likes. That's impressive. We can get it. I bet you that there's 24 of you. You could get it to 200. Even though we're not at 200 watching, you could easily make it 200 if 24 of you hit it right. Because I know there's 24 of you that have not hit like. Come on, do it right now. 24 of you have not hit the like button. You can get us to 200 right this second. This bitch can pop from 176 to 200 like that. Come on. Get that thing going. People need to chill out with Tua's contract negotiations. Too much. The sky is falling. No, Tombstone. See, the thing is, doggy, all those people that are writing and talking about it constantly, it's a lazy crutch that they have. They're not good enough to do regular sports talk. They're not good enough to come up with other articles and come up with interesting things to talk about with the team. You understand? Or with the league or a situation or anything like that. I could easily come up with stuff if I wanted to. But it's better to just go back to that because you guys will, in general, you'll go back, maybe not you, Tombstone, but a lot of people will go back to reading and talking about the same old shit, dude. And it's just it's an echo chamber where the person that doesn't believe in Tua just wants to hear it over and over again to not pay him. And that's all it is. It's just them trying to justify their positioning. That's all it is. The person that's delivering and the person that's receiving. So it's kind of like this vicious, satisfactory cycle that they're in. Because it's vicious in general, but it's satisfactory in hell for them because they get to talk about how much they don't believe in the guy, don't think he should get the money, yada, 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 all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Paige Sporanic. Did you guys hear about this? Paige Sporanic gets an offer now from a porn site because apparently people want to know if she has nipples. Because that's how this world is. Everything is all about some conspiracy theory. And so the influencer, golf influencer, IG model, gorgeous woman. So apparently reps for Cam Soda tell us they officially extended the offer to the model and golf influencer on Friday after learning there were actual people on the internet who wondered if now the famous boobs have nipples attached to them. Paige, of course, debunked the theory with her words in an Instagram post earlier in the week. Cam Soda officials say they can fork over $250,000 for her to prove it on a video. The site says all she has to do is run a live 30-minute show where she shows them off, and then she'd be $250,000 richer. There you go. Now, first of all, she's making a lot of money. If I'm her, I'm waiting for a Playboy offer and a 7-figure offer. because she is hot enough and gorgeous enough that she would rock a magazine, and she could get a lot more than $250. I mean, if you're going to show off your nipples, okay, if that's what you're going to do, you know what I'm saying? Then, but at this point, she's making a lot of money, dude. As an influencer, she's got ads. She gets hits like crazy and views and all that kind of stuff. So I 250 would be, remember, you're going to get taxed on that too by the people that love to tax right now that are in office. So, you know, Paige, I got to tell you, while there's a lot of people out there, not that they're wondering whether you have nipples or not, they just want to see them. You could get a lot more than $250. I'm not your agent. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor by any stretch, but something tells me I could negotiate a much better deal for Paige Baranek than $250. And we're talking 7 figures starting. Okay? No less than $1 million I could get her for that. Are you kidding me? That woman's got followers up the yin-yang. You know how many of them will follow her for whatever thing she does? Oh, come on, man. That makes 0 sense. By the way, visit our friends at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Oh, man, the ZDX is here. So it is time for you to get electrified. You can order your ZDX. Go check it out. Go to 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Go see Larry Schlossberg, Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone. They've got the 16th anniversary sale going on right now, and we've got 3.9% financing for 60 months. The 2024s are in. The new Integra, that thing is beautiful, $319 a month. The RDX, we've had 2 in our house, $419 a month right now. And the MDX, $429. They've got a fleet of certified pre-owned vehicles and a lot that is overflowing with hundreds of cars. So you can walk around and pick the car you want, the color you want, the style you want, the model you want, but more importantly, the price you want. So get on down there, tell them that Big O sent you. Go see Larry Schlossberg and the great people out there at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Need some Big O labeled Perdomo cigars to match the Big O Domino table. I like that. Speaking of Perdomo, InterMiami picked up a 1-0 win against DC United. Sean Stanley, give them a victory cigar. The Florida Panthers, they eliminated the Boston Bruins with a 2-1 win on Friday night to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals by eliminating those stinking, pesky, pain-in-the-ass Boston Bruins. Give them a victory cigar. All right. There we go. Oh, by the way, Sean, you told me about first pitches. Remember that last week? I never saw the Megan Thee Stallion one. Well, I have now. Once you told me Megan Thee Stallion did a first pitch, I had to go check it out because, you know, I'm a fan. I got to say, have you seen that woman? What a body. Anyway, she was wearing a 2-2-2 jersey. Interesting. And I'm going to give her a break also, like Zach Edey. Did you see the nails that woman has? Bro, you got to have a... Zach Edey's got fingers like she has nails. These kind of people, okay, whether it's women with long ass nails or tall guys that have long fingers and they're not pitchers. Like Randy Johnson was a 6'10" pitcher, but he grew up as a pitcher. So he learned how to thread the ball with his long ass fingers, right? Zach Edey was not he's not a baseball player. So for him to learn how to throw, it'll take him, excuse me, I got a little bit of hiccups here. It'll take him a little bit to throw because he's got to learn how to release it. You know, anybody that's played baseball, you understand what I'm talking about. And you could tell when Zach released it, it was so late, and that's why I went to the left. And that's usually the people that have long-ass fingers. It's hard for them. Or if you're normal, that means you held on to it too long before you released it, and that's why it hooked. Same thing for Megan Thee Stallion. But to my credit, I watched it over at least 15 times. I had to fully analyze and break it all down why Megan Thee Stallion just went a little to the left. With Zach, I could notice right away. Just one time, I knew right away what happened to Zach. But with Megan, I had to break it down. Slow, frame by frame. I had to look at where the hips were, where that leg was when she brought it over, shoulder, I had to I had to study it all. And then I was satisfied. But I want you to know I put in the work. I mean, it's what it's all about. So thank you, Sean, for telling me about Megan Thee Stallion. And when one day I'll see her and I'll break it down for her and I'll tell her exactly and I'll help her. So that way, if she ever has, which hopefully she has another first pitch. In fact, I hope she has one every week. She'll get better at it. Thanks to my tips. I'm here to help, man. I'm not one of those guys that's selfish and self-centered. I'm here if I can help, a person like Megan look better than she already looks, I feel like it's, something that I should do. It's important. Let's go to a little music history. Why don't we? We love music history. Today on this date in 1966, the year I was born, Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey got tired of waiting for their bandmates, John Entwistle and Keith Moon, to show up for a gig, so they took the stage with the bassist and drummer from the local band who had opened for them. When John and Keith showed up, there was a fight that saw Pete hitting Keith on the head with his guitar, and John and Keith quit, but rejoined a week later. In 97, the Foo Fighters released their second album, The Color and the Shape. In 95, on this day, Don Henley of the Eagles married Sharon Summerall at a ceremony. Henley's famous friends, Tony Bennett, Billy Joel, Sting, and Bruce Springsteen performed. In 97, U2 caused traffic chaos in Kansas City, Missouri, after they paid for traffic control to close 5 lanes of a highway so they can shoot their video Last Night on Earth. During the filming, a passing Cadillac crashed into a plate glass window while trying to avoid a cameraman. In 78, Paul McCartney and Wings, With a Little Luck, was the top song in the country. It was the former Beatles' 6th solo number 1. In 2006, Tool on this date had the number 1 album with 10,000 Days. In 98, Black Sabbath drummer Bill Ward was taken to a hospital following a heart attack he suffered during a band rehearsal. In 2012, B.G. Robin Gibb died of cancer at 62. And in 2013, Doors keyboardist Ray Manzarek passed away at the age of 74 from cancer. If he passed away today, on May 20th, then that means my interview with Ray Manzarek was probably February or March of that same year that I interviewed Ray Manzarek of The Doors. They had brought out a live album or something like that, or a live movie or something. He was promoting something like that, I remember. And so Ray Manzarek joined me on the show. Let me see.
Hello, everybody. Hello, I love you. This is Ray Manzarek of The Doors. You're listening to the Big O, a cool dude.
Thank you, Ray Manzarek. Rest in peace, sir. Very kind of you. So Ray was on our show. Man, you know how many interviews I have that I could load up? Because I saved a ton of stuff from my days at QAM. Ton of shit. There's a lot of interviews. Maybe I'll wait till the entire station folds completely and everything is gone, and then I can have a little fun with it. What else do we have? Which one should I do? Vintage culture set at Space or Sunday Fisher set at Space? Go to sleep early and wake up at 1 a.m. and go listen to some house music. I am the wrong person to ask, Anthony, because I don't know any of those. Big O, are you a moaner or a screamer? Both. Depends on what part of the action we're having. Depends if nobody's home. Sometimes you just got to be quiet. You have kids? Let's tell you about Welt and Rayom. We love talking about Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Let me tell you something, folks. Water damage, rain damage can happen at any time. There's a hell of a lot more humidity in the air. I don't need to tell you guys. You're seeing it all over. Floods everywhere, whatever. So you know it could happen at any time. Doesn't have to be only hurricane season. But on June 1st, hurricane season will start. It will run through the end of November, and we need to be protected. And guess what? The new laws in the state of Florida do not protect us. In fact, the new laws actually protect more the insurance companies. And that's why they've got us by the you-know-what. And so, folks, if God forbid any damage happens, the last thing you do is you call your insurance company. The first thing you do is call Welt and Rayom. They will send over their own adjusters. And then Welt and Rayom will call the insurance company for you. You will never have to pick up a phone. You will never have to pick up anything. You don't have to even deal with the headache. They are going to fight your battles. They are going to win the wars, and they are going to get you the money that you deserve. So please save this number, even if you don't need a lawyer right now. Even if you're not dealing with any issue right now, no bankruptcy, no water damage, no condo damage, busted pipe from a neighbor or something that caused damage. None of that has happened to you. But if it does, you're going to need them. So save it on the cell phone right now, and save it now because hurricane season is right around the corner. 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646 for Welt and Rayom. Okay? Anyway, I love it. The headline, I went to Pro Football Talk to see if there's any news, and the headline is Tua Tagovailoa shows up for Dolphin OTAs. It's like, let's make something out of nothing. Yes, sir.
Not to make something out of nothing, but maybe it's something. Major League Baseball is opening an investigation into ex-Angels infielder David Fletcher over alleged gambling with an illegal bookie. That would have been, I guess, one of Shohei's teammates.
Maybe. And by the way, ass kickers, You have 201 likes, 183 watching. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you very much. Okay? That's some strong stuff. That's a blessing. That's what I say. Okay? Just like Bitcoin at 67,377. That's a blessing. 380. Let's go. Start moving. Let's go. I like it. It's about to pop. It's about to pop. Can't wait till it pops. You know, we like finding an MVP. You know, sometimes once in a while, a couple times a week, we find somebody that performs at an incredibly high level. And that person, we like to say they are our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
Who's last night's MVP? For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com. Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
Listen, I don't know, but if you watched on Friday, you watched the Panthers come up with one hell of a victory, and you didn't want this thing to go to 7 games. Because it's just, at that point, anything can happen, injuries, you know, it's just like you want to like make the NBA playoffs without making a play-in, you know, because things can happen in a play-in. You know what I mean, Jimmy Butler, that kind of stuff. And so they did not extend it, which was a beautiful thing. So Friday night, they took care of business against the Bruins, 2-1. And a guy that is, I think, signed for like the next 10 years, Gus Forsling, I'm not shitting you. He's under contract for like eight more years or something. Team-friendly deal. I don't know if I should be giving Bill Zito the Chris Greer low-hanging fruit award as the Cutter's Edge Pro MVP, or do I just give it to Gus Forsling? Because Gus Forsling, again, came up with the game-winning goal, but Gus Forsling is just a flat-out winner, bro. Whether he's defending, scoring, assisting, hitting someone, whatever it is he's doing, he is just one of those guys that you must have on your team. He's like an MVP without it being the best player on your team. That's why he's the Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night. Of course, a Kachuk and a Barkov, you know, and a Reinhardt are going to get the obvious, hey, those guys are the MVPs of the team. Yeah, Bobrovsky. Yeah, dude, I have no problem. I get it. But Gus Forsling does not get enough credit. I mean, I think hardcore Panther fans, those are the people that like really love Gus Forsling a lot because his name is constantly being mentioned every single night for all the little things and the big things. Gus Forsling is a jersey you should have, put it that way. He may not be this offensive stud that Matthew Kachuk is. He may not be the juggernaut Reinhardt is. He may not be the absolute monster that Barkov is, or the legend that is Tarasenko. But, dude, Gus Forsling is so damn important. And he is a precious Panther. And he's our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
Right. I mean, it's so amazing, dude. Amazing. Big O, you must have a lot of interviews from 6. Yes, I have a ton from 640 and 560. Tons and tons and tons of interviews. If I look here right now in my let me see here.
Hello, everybody. Hello, I love you. This is
hello. Okay, that replay. That's why I did that. Adewale Agunlie, Adrian Arrington, Adrian Wojnarowski, Alan Branch, Aiken Adele, Albert Pujols. I mean, it starts with the A's, obviously. Amani Toomer, Anthony Munoz, Barry Williams. That Barry Williams from the Brady Bunch. Benny Sapp. I don't know. I'm just reading names. Bill Bellamy, Bobby Bowden, Bill Cosby, Bob Arum, Bob Kuchenberg. Well, I can get Bob on anytime. He's a friend. Brandon Albert, Brett Barry, Brian Austin Green, Brian Brom, Buddy Ryan, Byron Leftwich, Carlos Mencia, Chad Henne, Chan Gailey. I mean, it's just the names are funky, dude. You just shit that you would never like expect. You're like, you interviewed this person? Like, really? Like, are you out of your mind? Like, when did you talk to this person? Like, just crazy people. Corey Feldman. Just crazy stuff, dude. Charlie Strong. Danny DeVito. Danny McBride. Danny Trejo. Darryl Green. Darrell Revis. Darren Sharper. Therefore, jail. Daryl McDaniels from Run DMC. I mean, it's just crazy shit, dude. Early Doucette. Don Banks. Donovan McNabb. Freddie Roach. Freddie Gonzalez. Gio Gonzalez. My man Frank Martin. Just crazy shit. Harold Letterman, rest in peace. Just stuff, man, that it just Joe Mantegna. I believe Joe is Joe still with us? I think he still is, maybe. Jim Tressel, Jim Naughton, Jimbo Fisher. Crazy, man. All kinds of shit. The interviews that are here it's loaded, man. Loaded. Mike Epps, Mike Ditka, Michael Strahan, Mike Pouncey, Mike Schmidt. Plenty. Shaq. A lot of names. A lot of freaking names. So there you go. There's our merch shop, by the way. There's our QR code if you want to visit our merch shop there and support the hell out of our show. Trevor says, the Doors had some banging bass lines. All of them were created by Ray Manzarek. You are right. His left hand was the bass. Oh, there you go. He played them with his left hand on a Fender Rhodes bass guitar. Yes. You know your shit. I didn't even finish reading, and I said left hand because I know. So the fact that you knew left hand, Trevor knows this shit. Big R, the Dolphins winning the Dalvin Cook sweepstakes this year. Yeah, they're about to sign Dalvin Cook and X. Okay? So funny. You even had Leah Remini. Yes, I did have Leah. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah. Yeah, I did have Leah. Very good. You are correct. No doubt says Forsling is worthy, but I was certain today was going to be Bob. He was good on Friday. He was, but I could give Bob that so many times. I had to give it a Forsling at the game winner, and he's so awesome, dude. So awesome. I just want to give him lots of love, dude. He's any of us that are Panther fans and watch it every night, you effing love Forsling. Okay, I'm seeing some Tesla thing, but no, it's not here. Adewale Agunlie. I have an interview with Adewale. Freddie Roach, yes, sir. Definitely a legend. We need an interview of Sean Stanley. There you go. Big O RIP to Dabney Coleman. Excellent character actor. Yes, sir. You are right. Obviously, notoriously known for 9 to 5. But yeah, Dabney Coleman, rest in peace. He passed away. I believe it was on Friday or Saturday. I think I saw it. And he passed away over the weekend. Sad. Let's get to some birthdays. How about that? Let's do that. Let's get a little birthday action here. Let's start out in the entertainment world. Here we go. All right. Cher is 78 today. Busta Rhymes is 52. The list has gotten a little weak here. I keep scrolling down, and these names. James Stewart was born on this date in 1908. We lost him in 97. Tony Goldwyn, actor, is 64. Iker Casillas, soccer player, is 43. Timothy Oliphant, actor, is 56 years old. And those are the folks celebrating birthdays. And also, let me give you musicians today. I know Sean will give you some wrestlers in a second here. Let's go with some musicians born on this date, because I do this because the site that I normally go to doesn't really end up having, certainly doesn't do the wrestlers justice. It has some, but not all. And it doesn't do musicians completely the respect that they deserve. And they're usually missing a couple. So I go to this one that usually has one or two. Brian Nash, guitarist for Frankie Goes to Hollywood, born on this date in 1963. Dan Wilson, singer-songwriter. He wrote Closing Time, Semisonic, Not Ready to Make Nice, obviously. And he also co-wrote Adele's Someone Like You. Dan Wilson has a little bit of talent. Okay. Happy birthday, sir. Nick Hayward, Haircut 100, born in 1961. He's the lead singer. Sue Cowsill from the American singing group The Cowsills, born on this date in 1960. Jane Weedland from the Go-Go's. She's the guitarist, singer, songwriter, one of the main forces of that band. In fact, when she left the band, that's when the band went to shit, because she is an absolute monster in that band. Who else? Steve George, keyboardist from Mr. Mister, was born on this date in 1965. Jimi Henderson, guitarist for the Southern rock band Black Oak, Arkansas, born on this date in 1954. Warren Kahn, drummer for Ultravox, Vienna, 1952. Steve Curry, bassist for T-Rex, was born in 1947. Joe Cocker was born in 1944 on this date. Happy birthday to him. And that's it. There you go. Wrestlers, Sean. Any wrestlers celebrating birthdays today?
Oh, you didn't know? It is Road Dogg's birthday.
Who? What?
Road Dogg. Oh, you didn't know? You don't know how? Oh, my goodness.
I don't know the Road Dogg.
D-Generation X, D-Jackson.
Okay.
Is his birthday. It is Akam from AOP, and it is WWE NXT Vanessa Bourne birthday, who is better known as Danielle Camila since her release.
Okay.
And those are your wrestling birthdays.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir. Frankie Fresco. Thank you, sir, for the love in the super chat. Very nice of you. Oh, can you educate me here? How much can the Dolphins give Tua? Is there a specific amount that they cannot exceed? No. Do we have to wait until X's money? Frankie, I've been telling you that for months. Haven't I said that for months? Like, there's no hurry here. There's no contract going to be done till after, when we get X's money, sometime in June, leading up to July, you'll get this deal done. I've been telling you guys, it's just, you can't listen to the media because they're desperate to have news. So then they put this drama behind it when there is no drama and there is no hurry, because the money's not available till X's money. And I've been telling you this for months. So yes, once X's money is available, then that's when the Tua deal will then, come to fruition. At some point in June into early July, you will get it before camp reports and all that. You'll get your Tua contract. That's all. And there is no limit. It's whatever they negotiate. That's it. I'll tell you this, he won't be the number one quarterback probably. Let's see. No. The offer, the guarantees have nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the first year's salary. You have to be able to fit it under the cap. And then you've got to also pay your rookies. So those things, need to be worked out. So that's all it is, dude. It's nothing else. No big deal. No big deal. You just can't let these people get you guys worked up when there's no reason to be worked up whatsoever. That's all. Honorable mention to Andre the Giant, born May 19, greatest wrestler of all time. Okay, that was yesterday. Okay. All right. Happy birthday to him. Did not know Andre the Giant was born yesterday. Yes, sir.
I don't know about greatest wrestler, greatest attraction, greatest wrestling attraction. Yes.
Yeah, that I would.
Wrestler.
Yeah, I would not be the guy to argue or talk about this because I don't know enough to even mention or have an opinion here. I'm not worthy of it. But I would agree with you on the attraction part because he was too big to be the greatest wrestler of all time, bro. Wrestling's had some really great wrestlers and colorful ones. I mean, Hulk Hogan alone, I don't even know who you guys would label the best, but he's way better than Andre the Giant. Hulkamania and everything. Are you kidding me? Thunder Lips. That guy meant a lot to wrestling, man. Jesus. That guy was the face of wrestling for a while. Anthony Campos, thank you. Very kind of you, sir. Best sports show ever is the NBA on TNT, and Charles Barkley, so good, naturally so funny and entertaining. The others, the way they're funny is only picking on Barkley. Yours correct, sir. Thank you as always. You are on it. What else? What else did I mention here? Have I left anything out of my notes? No, I don't think I've left anything out of my notes, folks. I appreciate it. Wow, I got to 216 likes. That's very nice of you guys. Very nice. And by the way, Bitcoin is at 67,845. Oh, wait a minute. We dropped to 591, but looks like it's now trying to make its way to 68,000. So it held at 65, went up to 66 and held. It's held pretty much at 67. Now it's trying to make its way up to 68. And let me tell you something. If it starts getting into the 70 and 71 and 73 and 74, the shorts are going to be liquidated. And oh my God, it is going to catapult to 80 right away. So this will be interesting if this is the next pump here, because we're due. We're about due for the next pump, folks. Okay, we are about due, and We've had a bunch of great stuff go on, over the weekend. This past week, the ETF spot 14,389 Bitcoin. The miners can only come up with 3,150 in a week because it's only 450 a day. So supply shock is coming. Bitcoin supply on exchanges is at an all-time low. Okay? Over the weekend, somebody bought $1 billion in Bitcoin. I mean, just some really crazy stuff that has been going on. Okay? There's a lot of bullish stuff going on. Big O, do you think we can get some Cryptodamus has spoken polo shirts? Yeah, we're gonna get the Sportstradamus, and maybe we get Cryptodamus. Yeah, we definitely got to do the Sportstradamus for sure. But we could do the Cryptodamus because we've been on target with a lot of crypto stuff. So yeah, that could be, you could be onto something. We have to make a Cryptodamus entry, like a video one, because we have the Sportstradamus one, but we need the Cryptodamus one. That one is kind of needed here. Let's see, Sports Media House Network or Frankie Fresco channel. The Fresco channel. That's kind of funky. I like that.
He was answering Alexis up in the top, was asking about the wrestling show.
It's on the Fresco channel. I like it. The Fresco channel. Tune in to the Fresco channel. That's not bad. There are no real, like, earth-shattering NFL headlines right now, outside of Tua's at OTAs, which is really no shock.
I was going to say that's like the shock of the year, right? I mean, nobody knew. Nobody knew he was going in. Actually, no one thought he was going to show up.
No, they were hoping he wouldn't show up so they can actually try to create some kind of craziness. I don't know if he's going to talk today. So I don't know if he can or wants to or is supposed to. I have no idea. You know what I mean? I have what's it called? No intentions. No, do I want to go to camp? Okay. That is about the most useless bit of time I could do with myself is go to camp at this point when there's nothing going on whatsoever. It's just like on Saturday what happened to you when you saw the rain delay for InterMiami? You're like, hey man, thank God I'm not there. God,
like better them than me.
Yes. Something I don't miss is covering live sports and dealing with rain delays. I want nothing to do with that. And by the way, to the Moss family out there, ladies and gentlemen, I know the brothers have done an awesome job and they're super committed. How you guys still have not thought about a roof for Miami Freedom Park, it's beyond me. It's some ridiculous shit, to be quite honest. At least the Marlins, okay? Every time they talked about building a new stadium, oh no, we're going to build one with a roof. And sure enough, they built one with a roof. Why? How many rain delays do the Marlins have? Because you play in the summer in South Florida. And I'm watching that deluge on Saturday night, and I'm like, morons, you still are going to go with the same plans for Miami Freedom Park? Like, do you have a brain? Make it retractable. And by the way, the Moss family has the money. They have spent over $250 million probably on the temporary stadium in Fort Lauderdale and the training facility. And that's a temporary stadium that they're going to leave there. The roof won't cost you more than that. It'll cost half of that. It's beyond me. You can have the roof open most of the time, taking in the sun with the natural grass. And then in those moments when you know it's going to rain, you close the roof up. All your people, your fans, will now go, oh, okay, we got a roof. I don't have to worry. I'll just take an umbrella, up to the door, and then, whatever, I'll get a tag and I'll put my umbrella away or whatever, and that's it. And then when I get out, I get my umbrella and I go home, and if it's still raining, then I need it. If not, I'll just hang on to my umbrella and walk back to my car. But meanwhile, I'm going to go to my concert at Miami Freedom Park. I'm going to go to the game at Miami Freedom Park. I'm going to go to the event at Miami Freedom Park, knowing that they have a roof to protect me just in case. And it won't ruin my evening. Oh, and by the way, your walk-up sales will be a lot better because you're not going to have Messi here forever. So, your walk-ups will hurt if you have rain. I don't know if you know that, InterMiami. But the fact that InterMiami is still building a stadium without a roof, man, that's some stupid shit. That is some king-size stupid shit. Monstrous stupid shit. Enormously stupid shit. Catastrophically stupid shit. Oh, by the way, you intend on having more stars that you're paying millions and millions to? Do you want them playing on a wet field where they risk injury? In fact, Messi was coming back from an injury and you had him playing on a soggy field. Now, you can't control this one. Okay? So we can't blame you, but I'm just telling you, here's examples. You're putting your players at risk. InterMiami. I don't understand this whatsoever, how you're not building Miami Freedom Park with a roof. Wow. Well, I mean, listen, great people, but I'll say this. I worked there for a while, for a couple of years. I saw a lot of effed up decisions in those days. So I'm not really surprised that this is still happening. They're aggressive with getting players, but outside of that, everything else, not very good. They do things that make no sense whatsoever. As I've said before, when I was working there and I saw some really good people leave before me, once I saw Tim Robbie and Jean leave, I was like, yeah, we're screwed. Yeah, we're headed in the wrong direction here. So, I have my sympathy for employees in that place because it's not really run very well. And you can see it with the whole roof thing. That's a little sign for you guys aren't inside, so you don't see it like Sean and I have firsthand. But the roof will show you how they lack awareness on some things. What else do we have here? It looks like a bunch of conversations going on. Okay. All right. Dalvin Cook is keeping in shape. Hopes to get a call. Okay. Just a year ago. Well, you gotta trade for Dalvin Cook because he'll put the Dolphins over the top. Oh man, that's some funny shit. A year later, the guy can't even find a job. But a year ago, if you bring Dalvin Cook over, he'll take the Dolphins to the next level. That's some funny shit, dude. That is some funny shit. I was laughing then, and now it's even funnier. Now it's freaking hilarious. How some thought that Dalvin Cook was some kind of answer to everything down here. All of a sudden, he was going to make the Dolphins a championship contender. Shit, dude. That is just funny. That is really, really funny. Anyway. All right, we are out of here. We thank all of you for tuning in, and those of you that support our show, we appreciate it. Don't forget, anytime you're listening, you can make a donation to Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. You can also make a Bitcoin donation. Also, our merchandise store is open. We got shirts, we got hats. Great way to support Sean and myself. So please visit our merch department. Use the QR code if you're listening on the podcast, BigORadioShow.myshopify.com. The link is also here on our YouTube page. You can go to our Instagram, our Twitter page, our Threads, our Blue Sky. The link for the merchandise shop is in all of those. At somewhere or another, you can find that link there. So check it out. We thank, of course, the great Sean Stanley, who masters this program and puts it all together every single day. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.